GP. We're about to talk about some things that many of you all speculated as to much what would likely happen going into this race after Baku. So I would have to say, based on what you said would happen, kind of did happen, maybe in a different way, right? A lot of people, a lot of us thought maybe it was going to be a setup issue, maybe a mechanical failure. Mechanical failure, not so much you can blame on them, but if there's something or Checo setup, then that's another issue altogether. And I would think to say, did Red Bull do it again or did they not? What do some of you all think? So what we're going to say right off the back, we're going to set the stage. If you weren't here to see the trailer beforehand, F1 Minute is a show that is legitimately about you, all right? F1 Minute is a show where you have the access and capabilities to call into live studio for your take, for your F1 Minute, what would be 60 seconds of your go time. We're going to have about 4 segments. We'll have some soft topics to get us warmed up while other people populate into the live, populate into the chat, come on into the studio. So be mindful. You need a desktop or a laptop in order to access full capabilities and all of the perks that you get with F1 Minute. That means the ability to have a live call-in. If you don't worry. You can still be in studio. You probably want to turn down your YouTube. Don't have everything up and loud when you decide to do a live call where we hear ourselves talking like quadruple amount of times. And do that. But if you only have an iPhone or a tablet, you can participate by being in the audience, but it will not enable you until a later date to do a live call-in, okay? So remember that links are pinned in the live chat, and they are in the description for those people who do not have access to the live chat because you're not a subscriber of the channel. That link is also in the description. In that channel, in the comment section, you can click that, and that'll also bring you in studio. So let's get things popping. So Formula Song comes out. Will, Wayne, what did y'all think about it? I listened to it. It was okay. It was okay. I thought it was cool. I thought it added to the entire ambience or the weekend of Miami. Miami did do a very good job with hosting their second F1 GP. They really laid it up there to show how America prize sports that they really do enjoy. Like the whole intro was everything. The intro was everything. But we will get to some other areas of the Miami GP where I thought maybe things kind of dulled it down. But the first thing we're going to get to is we ain't even going to waste no time with it. Red Bull probably screwed Checo. I'm just saying. That's what I think. But this is a show where you can tell me what you think as well. If a pattern exists, right, there's a certain word and terminology bringing to mind right now. Sometimes people say patterns are seen by those who want to see something and really don't exist. But I don't know. If you go back and look at the races, that every time it seems that Checo wins a race, come back the next race, there's something that happens where his same performance isn't there. So is it that Checo is inconsistent, or is it that there are other things happening that seem to deem Checo inconsistent? And I'm going to let you all speak on that. If somebody want to have the bronze or the gumption or stand up and you're not shy to come on and say what you think about that. But I also was very interested in the amount of chatty pattiness with Max versus with Checo about his information in regards to Max, his pace, where he was and what was going on. I listened to the team radio. I listened to Checo specifically. And even on regular broadcasts, you can hear that there was more information, at least on that level, with Max Verstappen in regards to Checo. So I want to know what you all think. I want to know what a lot of people think. I see some people in the live chat over in our YouTube family. They're just on the YouTube right now. They're saying that Checo got screwed just short some days after Cinco de Mayo. Checo in Miami and is on a nice little streak, about to be on the crest of taking over or leading in points for the Drivers' Championship, not winning it. There's too much going on in the season, and at this point in time, these Red Bulls, these are being. Oh, Carlos is coming in with a question, and he leaves ... So it is mysterious. So we're gonna bring Carlos in. Carlos, my brother, how you doing? Let's make sure you. Oh, I see you. I see you. Let's go ahead, Carlos. Let's get you a mic check real quick, because I think your mic is muted. Let's get a mic check. See what you got. No audio right there. No audio at all. No audio. It is nice. He's got his Red Bull gear on, y'all. Don't never know what's gonna happen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give Carlos a moment to go ahead and come back and try it again. But Carlos came in. You see, he had his Red Bull gear in. So if there are any other Red Bull fans in the chat that want to come in and say what you think should happen, let me know, because shortly, I guarantee you, Will is probably going to fire off. He's probably going to fire off soon, and then next thing you know, somebody else might call in, and it might be a controversial debate crash, and that's what might happen. So we're waiting for somebody to take that first F1 minute. So I'm going to say what I believe. I'm gonna tell you like this. Based on what we saw on medium tires in Baku, it wasn't the thing to do. So why would you bring Perez out on mediums? I don't know, but you did. I do know. Oh, Will is coming on. Before I even finish this hot take, Will coming on. Will, brother, what's going on, man?
We're doing.
Oh, yeah, I hear you get up, man. It must be hot up there. You got the fan kicking?
That's the laptop. So you can hear it? That's probably why.
That thing running heavy. I got you, bro. I'm about to kick your F1 minute off, bro. Let's go.
All right. So with the Miami GP, I feel like a lot of teams that went out on the hard tire versus going out on the mediums, it wasn't something that Pirelli had prescribed for the fastest setup for one-stop strategy. They thought it was medium to hard. So I think that if you look at Max and you look at Lewis, they both went out on that hard strategy and ran it till as far as they could, then to the medium and switched up on a one-stop. So I think that looking at the two of them, I still think they're the two most complete drivers on the grid, because they ran that strategy and came from behind, did some really great passes, ran that strategy to perfection pretty much, and picked up a lot of positions. So I think that it wasn't necessarily I think maybe Red Bull kind of, messing up Checo's race. It's just the people that started on the mediums, and I think you were about to start talking about that the mediums just became, it wasn't the best strategy. Starting on the hard was the best strategy, and it worked out for both of them. But I will say this much, with Lewis, being in what's probably fourth fastest car, on a good day, third if all the conditions are perfect, and to make up all his positions, hard versus medium, he worked it really well.
Right, bro. Right. Hey, listen, why nobody want to? I honestly don't believe Will makes some very good closing point. Will makes a lot of points, and y'all are gonna see Will's gonna come on and hammer y'all's head if y'all don't get in here. I'm waiting to see somebody have a good debate on this show. It seems like a lot of people have things to say in the comment section, but when it's time to step up on stage, put that mic in front of your face, put your face to your words, it's a lot of people scattering like rats when the water come in. That's all I'm going to say. Like rats and roaches, y'all be breaking out. Don't nobody have the audacity. And I even see some of you all in the YouTube live chat, and y'all still don't have the gumption to stand on stage and just say what you believe and have a very legitimate, good, positive debate, whether we agree or not. Will and I just really didn't agree on everything, right? But he still said what he had to say, and it's respectful. He made some good points. We've had people come on this show before, make good points. But listen, don't be a quarterly keyboard warrior, and now you have the opportunity. Show me another platform that's going to give you the opportunity to come on, say your piece, say your take, debate or not, or bring up another topic. Hey, take advantage of it, because a lot of y'all be acting like, yo, if you had the opportunity, you would, and y'all do, and you should, but you don't. All right. So yes, I agree with it. Max Verstappen, let me say it in right order. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are indeed the most complete drivers on the grid, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I've been heard. I'm recorded. I got several videos of me giving Max his props as far as his ability on track. Max ran that strategy. He did. But I'm just saying, I don't care what Pirelli. Who really trusts Pirelli? Matter of fact, who trusts Pirelli this season? Who really trusts Pirelli and their information on the tires? All season, really, it hasn't been accurate. It really hasn't been accurate. The tire, they still got a lot of things to work on with these tires. I'm just saying what I saw with the naked eye when I watched Baku, Max Verstappen complained inside of 10 laps that his medium tires were falling off at Baku. He complained inside of 10 laps that his medium tires were falling off in Baku. I'm sure that if we go in these 3 rounds that we have seen that the hard tire for some reason this season really has been more of the tire to be on. So why come out on me? Red Bull, you heard as much as this in your own race on your own radio in Baku. Max said the tires were falling off, and they were. So why put Checo on the mediums? I don't care what Pirelli said. What did you see? What did you see? You're coming to a track. F2, I believe F2 did not run there. If I'm not correct, tell me F2 ran there. I believe they didn't. So the track already wasn't rubberized. It wasn't marinated already. So that's another element that's going to add to tire wear. That Baku is a street circuit. Hell, it's rubber everywhere. Rubber everywhere. So I'm just saying, common sense told me the medium tire was not what you should start on. Why start Checo on that? 083 in the super chat over on the YouTube said, what's up, fam? Love all of you. Big shout out 083. Much love to you too. So I'm just saying, without even being a complete driver, I'm not starting on the medium. So I was very surprised to see Checo on medium tires while he was out in front to have what's going on. Will coming on with Pirelli. All right, Will, bro, here we go. Will about to, hey, man, I got to give you some clap, man. I'm going to say this, man. Hey, your Randy Savage, man, impersonation last week was good, man, but this time you got to show up to the quality kickback, man, because Freak Dog's Flair is trying to go in on your title, bro. He's trying to go in on your title.
He's nipping at my heels. I see it.
He's nipping at your heels, bro. I'm about to give your F for a minute and go for it.
All right, so this whole thing with Pirelli, and I side with you on this one. Pirelli, I hope that they don't get this new tire contract in 2025 because this has been going on and on for years. Let's just think back to, I mean, Baku most recently in 2021 when everybody was blowing out tires. You can think back to Silverstone in 2020 when Lewis won the race on 3 tires. These are all issues with, I think, Pirelli. They just can't get the tire compounds right, and even when they make a guess as far as what you should use on a certain track in certain conditions, it's wrong. Now with Miami, they were supposed to, I think, do like a water blasting of the track because it was new tarmac, and they're supposed to do that so there wouldn't be as many issues, and they decided to go against that. I don't know who made that call, but that would have actually helped out a lot with some of the issues they were having on track, losing traction since you could only have good traction on the racing line. There wouldn't have been as many issues, people like spinning out like a turn 7, for example. So I think in the end, it would be nice to see some other tire manufacturers possibly get in there. Maybe we have a tire war thing like we used to have in the past. Yeah. Having one manufacturer is actually not the norm. That's not common.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Will I Am coming with it. You know what I'm saying? They need to put Will I Am on that remake for the next Formula 2 version. I'm telling you, big shout out to Sylvia Wick dropping blessings in the super chat by sending out Wolfpack memberships, and Leonard Bupanda has a new membership to the Wolfpack fam. Make sure you get into the Discord, bro. We got a lot of things about to go on, especially this week. No GP. We're going to have a Wolves Den this week. Wildcat about to come on, but not before I tell Ray Serene. Big salute for the super sticker, bro. Thank you very much. Wildcat, let's talk about this ish. I got to speak on some things tonight. Wildcat, I'm about to bring you in, bro. You can go ahead and wreck it up. I'm about to give you your F1 minute, bro, and go. I see you with the Performance Talk shirt on, bro, with that swag. Go for it, bro.
All right, so something I noticed, and I noticed it before the race even started yesterday. As soon as I saw mediums, but you got Max on hards, but you also got Hamilton sitting in the back in P13 on hards. 2 and 2 is easily put together. Max is going to play the rundown game, but you also got Russell starting up front on mediums. But Merck got a better idea on strategy. They already knew Russell going to do what he got to do up at the front. Hamilton's going to use the hards and use them pit changeovers to start making up places and catching up the grid later on in the race. I already knew that was signed, sealed, delivered, and done. As far as with this, how they did that shit, excuse my French. Max started behind Checo and Baku with the same tire strategy. And Checo did what? He gapped him. The whole race. Stayed on a main gap. Max never got close, not even in DRS. Did Red Bull fuck him? Yes, he did. Yes, they did.
Indeed, and that's bro's F1 minute before he finished. I'm saying, do anybody got something to say about that? Anybody got something to say about that? Going once, going twice. My bro is out of there. Hey, I'm just saying, listen, we saw what happened in Baku. He makes a nice little valid statement right there. People, this is what I got to say. The mechanic, big shout out, peace to the fan, big shout out to you, bro. This is what I got to say. All right, Max did what he was supposed to do on the hard tire. But do y'all not think for a moment, just maybe, that Red Bull had something going on in there? I mean, it was Max who complained on the medium tire, and I'm not lying. Go back 10 laps. Max complained about the medium tire falling off. And like Will said, I am really not. Pirelli has really been blowing us, like, for real, with the tire compounds. And I am all for equal opportunity and market with that. Rambro88 with the big super chat sticker said, I'm switching the hat to the back. Let's go. 083 says, Will, I don't agree to replace a tire manufacturer in any race series that would take 4 to 5 years. This is not easy thing at all. Hey, 083 saying he don't agree with it, but I agree with having more than one tire manufacturer. If Pirelli can't get this right, because let's just be real, they've evidently, it might not be easy, but it might be easier for somebody else. All right, it might be easier for somebody else. And even if not, is there not something to be said about a little bit of competition and some uncertainty with teams being able to choose one or two tire manufacturers before they go into a GP? Maybe they want to use Bridgestone one race. Maybe they decide to use Pirelli. I don't really see anything wrong with that. I think it's good because at the end of the day, the best will rise to the top. And if Pirelli can't do that, then maybe Pirelli doesn't belong in Formula One any longer until they can get their act together. I can tell you right now, I chose not to put Pirelli on my car bill for several reasons. Carlos is deciding he's coming back in on this Red Bull thing because he all suited up in Red Bull gear. Let's get ready to go, Carlos. Let's see if you ready.
Can
Carlos,
you
you
hear
ready?
me now?
You ready this time? Yeah, you ready this time, bro?
Okay.
I got you. I'm about to give you F1 minute. Hold on, and here you go. Let's go, brother.
This is about, of course, Checo gets screwed. That's why I got this, because if Red Bull is gonna run away from it, I want Checo to take it and make Verstappen really cry. Because if you think he's gonna cry because George Russell pushed him wide a little bit, because everybody knows, and this goes for the gross racing and all the racing, just unnoticed. This is the rules, universal, not spoken rules of any racer, whether it's sim, whether it's professional, whether you're flying Red Bull plane racing. If you got the inside line and you are first on that corner and that apex is your corner, you go on the outside and you're trying to take a chance, it's on your own risk. You get pop out, it's your fault. So don't be a clown. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. That's what happened with Verstappen. And the last race, and I think it was US.
Right.
That's what he's trying to do with Hamilton. And then what did he say? Oh, well, they don't give me enough space. That's what they get. I mean, wow.
Come on now. Say it, bro.
But that's the rules. Everybody knows the rules, except for Verstappen.
Yeah. Well, I think he know him. He just don't abide to him, bro.
Yeah, so
when
he does, he's okay.
Right. And that's my brother right now. Trust me, y'all gonna be seeing Carlos again. Trust that. He don't have a Red Bull gear on for nothing. Listen, I've went over the guidelines for overtaking several times on this channel. We did it before. I showed you actual in print what it says as far as the attacker, what it says as far as the defender, what it says as far as the apex, what it says as far as being more than halfway alongside or behind. I've went over this. I did it when we saw George Russell cry like a baby. Max Verstappen cry like a baby to George Russell, which is Max 2.0. He didn't like that mirror match. Wildcat is coming on. Let's talk tires. Big shout out to Uno, says Perez was let down by tire strategy and screwed him. That's what he got. Listen, I'm just saying, let's get it in. Wildcat, let's go, bro. I'm about to start your F1 minute again. You got it. Make it happen, bro. Make it rain. Go ahead.
All right, so this whole tire situation. Now, through grudge racing, through playing the F1 game in general, even a novice driver can tell you in the game there is a big difference between the hard, the medium, and the soft. Every single race I have seen this season, just this season, they are always bringing, oh, we're gonna bring the C5, the C3, and everything you bringing them, always the next closest tire to it. Why don't you space this out and say, let's bring the C1, the C3, and the C5? So now you got your soft tire actually being your fastest tire, and it's going to wear out quickly. Short-term gain and long-term loss. Medium tire is going to be an actual medium tire. It's that good in the middle. And your hard tire is going to be what it's supposed to be. Because if you got Max sitting out here on almost 40-lap-old hard tires and still able to lay down a fastest lap with that, that's not a hard tire. You shouldn't be able to lay down a fastest lap that old.
Hey, he makes some points, but I will say this. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Lewis Hamilton and Max, man, they stressed them tires to the max on them hards. But Wildcat does make a point. But what I want to do right now is celebrate Street League Sports with their first ever super chat on the Wolfpack Performance Channel and the F1 Minute Show. They say the tire strategy wasn't wrong. Checo on hards from pole would have lost him places in the beginning of the race. Red Bull screwed Checo, telling him lift and coast. Man, you stole one of my points. Lift and coast, knowing Max was putting in purple sectors. Boom! Matter of fact, Street League Sports, I'm about to give you the gunshots, man. You stole my point. I'm giving them to you. Triple gunshots. Things is going off, and I got to say, it's like that. Who got something to say about that? What are you going to say about that? Telling Checo, this is not the first time this has happened either. This is not the first time. Checo had to check radio before on giving him misinformation or information that wasn't accurate as far as the pace between him and Max, which put him in a compromising situation. That's something else that they also did. So what are you going to say about that? What is your reason? What is your excuse? What is something that you're trying to offer up to absolve Red Bull for those actions? Big shout out for that super chat. That's a big one. For your first super chat to drop that one down, that was dropping hot bars in the track. Matter of fact, might have been better than Wayne's bars that he dropped on the Formula song for the Miami GP. I'm giving you props on that one. I like your profile name too. Oh, here we go. Wildcat said, I'm going in. I got the purple, I got the Wolfpack Performance Talk shirt on. I got the hat on. What y'all want to do with me? F1 Minute, go for it, bro.
All right, so they say, starting Checo on the hards would have been the wrong thing to do because he would have lost places out to who? Alonso? Let's keep in mind, Checo and Alonso started on the same tire at Jeddah. Alonso got in front of Checo, and what happened? Checo let that RB19 go be a dog and eat.
Arr.
And then did what? Run away from Alonso, run away from Max, and off to the races he went, and nobody could catch him. So putting him on that hard tire, all you would have done was just delay the inevitable that Checo was going to wait until that last DRS line and come up on Alonso and say hi, bye, and keep on going and check out. So why not start this man where he would have had an advantage to actually take over that points championship? It's simple, and Will is actually the one who informed me on this. It's written in Max's contract for Red Bull to provide Max with the utmost assistance, no matter who the other driver is on the team. That's kind of fucked up, in my opinion.
Ooh, boom! And right before the clock goes out, F bombed it up. Yo, listen. Dang, y'all stealing some of my points. I was gonna say that I agree with everything on there. I don't agree with the hard tire situation. You're talking about an RB19, the fastest car on the grid, where we've seen Max is laying down fastest laps on a hard tire. We've seen what happened to the medium tire thus far in this season. The hard tire has been a really good tire this season. I'm not too sold on that. If you're talking about a very short loss, and I mean a loss that's about that big, if you can see the gap between my fingers, and then the gain that's about this big and you can't see my hands in the frame. The RB19 on the hard tire, inevitably, probably by the second or third lap, was gonna eat Alonso up if that was the case. If he even got by him, because we do know Checo to be what? The MOD, Minister of Defense, the Street King. We know Checo for these things. So I really can't buy too much into that. Spider R35 says, Jay, the Street League Sports comment was mine. I was on my other channel. Hey, he stole mine too. That was a good one. He got me on that one. I got it like right here. Let's see. 083 says, we may want more manufacturers in F1, but you need to understand that this racing is not in their interest. Hey, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Just because we want them in, they may not want to come in as those manufacturers. That's a very good point, 083. Carlos says he's in for Checo. He wants an F1 minute. This was supposed to be a short chop. We blasting the chat. Hey, Carlos, you ready, bro? You ready?
Not
Boom,
really.
F1 minute. Let's go.
I'm never ready. I wing it here. I don't do a script. I speak my heart. I talk the truth, whether people like it or not, because the truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not or like it or not. And it's the truth and the cold hard truth about Formula One and Bernie Eccleston and all that. As far as Checo was getting screwed, you haven't seen Checo get screwed yet, my friend. Still many races left and many space of Checo's, you know what, from Red Bull. Because let me put it to this simple. If they don't let a black man win that championship to break a white man,
Yo,
it is what it
they
is.
don't like the true
Why do you
Carlos
think that they're gonna let a Mexican win a Formula One world champion? You think that's gonna happen?
Ooh, listen, Carlos having some issues
It's
right now with the camera. I'm gonna say this. Damn. Matter of fact, I don't even have to say it. Just know this. That it's like that. And he not making a bad point right there. He's not making a bad point right there. Like, is that something to consider, right? That they could do something like that to Lewis Hamilton, who is established as he is in Formula One. And we all know what happened in 2021. Let's stop playing. Whether you try to act like you don't know and you support it or not is one thing. But damn, is that a valid point? Is that something that we have to consider? Is it? It very well may be. But I'll tell you something that's another fact. Wildcat just brought up one in Max's contract. That sounds kind of like Schumacher contract, don't it? Like, ain't no teammate that should be in front of me. Same guy that crashed out Damon Hill, but y'all don't ever have really nothing bad to say about that. And I see Buck Dollar put it on his back under his original name. Welcome back. But let me show you something else as facts if y'all want to know. Let me show you something else. It's been a lot of hate right there. Been a lot of hate coming with Checo when he sits in that more number one spot. Max not over there as a teammate. None of that. But I'm going to show you something else real quick. This right here is the truth. Speed trap. At any given time on the speed trap, Max Verstappen's Red Bull RB19, which is supposed to be the same car that Perez has, power unit, aero package and all, was 19 to 30 kilometers an hour faster at any point in time. Look at that, 337 kilometers an hour in the speed trap. Meanwhile, Checo at the bottom and 20 at 308 kilometers an hour. So how are we doing that? Anybody want to explain that? Does anybody want to explain that? Please, somebody want to explain that one? Does anybody want to explain? I'm going to leave that up for you all to think about it. Anybody that want to try to support that, think about it. I'm going to bring Carlos back in. He say he ready. I'm bringing Carlos back in for his F1 minute. Can't access Carlos' device, so his devices are not going to kick on. So I got to let him go again. But does anybody want to take the time and the opportunity to explain that? My Wildcat say, I'll take it. Wildcat ready. He geared up and ready to go. Let's get it in, bro. All right, here we go. Boom.
Right.
F1 minute. Go, bro.
Plain and simple. Let's compare that. So if Max is running that far ahead of Checo in the speed trap, let's be real.
This 11th lap too. This is the 11th lap.
On the 11th lap, one, Max got that power unit cranked to the max, and they also got it cranked to the max from the garage because they can change the settings from the garage. But that also means they pulled power from Checo's so Max could catch up. They screwed Checo because they can override what Checo does from the garage. And on top of that, I mean, I say Max was a smart punk yesterday. He passed both Alpines and Russell, the three drivers who are dogs when it comes to you trying to get around them.
Right.
And Russell showed that at Baku. He ain't afraid of Max. You waited till you was under DRS where they couldn't fight you. Be a man. Pass them in the corners. Try and go on that inside. I guarantee you, Ocon might find a way to put Max in a wall. Not intentionally, but it could happen. George gonna make Max run wide.
He gonna make him work for it. That's a fact. And, hey, I just want to point out that y'all did hear Max Verstappen say, anybody else want to try to take a shot out why Max's car is about 29 to 30 kilometers faster than Perez in the 11th lap. By the way, you can go check any of the other sectors. I don't think you may find one where Perez's car had more speed than Max ever in any point in time in that race. Why is that? Same RB19. But I also will say this, because Wildcat brought up something else interesting. You did hear that Max said that he wished there were no DRS. He said this. He said, I wish that there was no DRS. I mean, I'm just saying, Carlos said he want another go at. We're going to give the brother another opportunity, see if he got his equipment right.
That
Here
is
we
the
go.
powers that be trying to sabotage the truth.
That's what you said, brother, man.
Let me
you got your
start
F1
by
minute. Let's
saying
go.
This is not sabotage. It's not about white people. It's not about black people. It's not about Mexican. It's about the truth and justice. It's not racism. I love everybody. We all love everybody. We all brothers. We share a common interest, and we all one. Okay? Let me start with that. So it's no misunderstanding when I say things like that. But then when I allow a Mexican to be a world champion, you know it and I know it. Those guys in the back rooms over there, like I say, before I got interrupted, if they don't let Formula One Hamilton wins and make that a world champion, they're gonna let Checo. And yeah, they are making it. Checo knows we're doing the best we can, that we're doing it, but Checo knows deep inside, and what Checo should do is whatever he got to do, whatever he can sabotage, whatever he can run him off or whatever, he got nothing to lose. He should go for the world champion. Because Max Verstappen, you haven't seen Max Verstappen and you haven't seen the true colors. Way into the season goes along and Checo goes ahead and things don't go his way and everything, then you're going to really see what a real sissy, narcissist, pansy ass Max Verstappen is.
Facts. Hey, I'm gonna say this. Hey, first, Buck Dollar Prudo says Lewis will get it back. We got Spider R35 says, nah, I mean Street League Sports is my podcast page. Oh, big shout out, bro. Big shout out. I was logged into there when I super chatted. I refuse to believe Max a Checo PU has the same power. I'm showing you the numbers right there, bro. You ain't even got to refuse it. Look at this. 337 kilometers an hour in the speed trap. Meanwhile, Checo 308 in the 11th lap. If you want to go to the 25th lap, you will see that it was 337. Check this out. Check out this progression. 337 still constant in Max's car. Finally, 311 in the 25th lap. Later on in that race, 337 still in Max's car, still consistent. 22 kilometers in Checo's car. This is about 40 something laps in. As we get near the end of the race, 341 kilometers an hour in Max Verstappen's car. Meanwhile, still only 322 kilometers an hour in Perez's car. Something's not right there. How do we have a consistent amount of speed in the speed trap right there with Max, and it gets higher from there? Meanwhile, Perez is like nah, I'm not buying that, not even for $1. We got another super chat right here. Blue Diva says maybe Perez has a supplier setup, not a team setup. Ooh, Blue Diva, what's up? I see you coming with it. Galactica says if Max take new PU and 2 GPs, then PU was maxed out. Ooh, Galactica is saying right now, if we see Max Verstappen and Red Bull decide they need to change that power unit with inside of 2 GPs, he's saying there, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm going to take that down because I don't think people like the truth, because nobody has really come on with all the stuff, with all the yap you do in the comment section, and yap you do about how much you know about Formula One, and yap how much you think you know about technical analysis. Why you didn't come on here live and explain to people that would like to know how is it that Max Verstappen is running dang near 30 more kilometers an hour faster in an RB19 is supposed to be the same car across platform. So I'm going to take that off because I know you really can't, and that's why you haven't come on to do it. And Blue Diva says Perez is driving AlphaTauri set up, not a Red Bull. Oh my gosh, what a punch. And we are done with the Red Bull segment. We are moving on from that segment as we spent more time on that, and that was lit. That was lit right there. Let's get on to this. We talking about practice. In the words of Allen Iverson, we talking about practice. What happened at the Miami GP is, I think, a result of too much practice. And this is what I think. We had our ideas about the sprint races and the sprint shootout, and still how they need to tweak these sprint races to really facilitate a better competition and challenge for drivers, and stop letting the top 4 teams soak up all the points when that's all. We've come up with great ideas. But first, I want to say big shout out to Freak Dogs Flair, who is the winner of the quality kickback trivia that we had during free FP3. He won a $50 gift card. Freak Dog, no, it was FP2. $50 gift card. Our first $50 gift card is going to Freak Dogs Flair. He's going to get this hardcore cold Visa card to spend on whatever he wants. This is what you get when you spend time at the Wolfpack platform when you come and compete in the kickback quality games. $50 is coming to you, Freak Dogs Flair. I'm sending it out tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow. Also sent out Paul's VIP box. You don't see it up there anymore because it's been shipped out. Paul, big shout out to you, VIP member. Blue Diva, that's it on that. So listen, Blue D, I want to make sure I didn't forget your super chat. I see it right there. Boom. So let's get in this. I think what we saw at the Miami GP was a result of too much practice, right? These teams practicing. So I got a couple of ideas that I would like to spit out to you, and you let me know what you think about it. Since we are in this era of like saying no free practice, which I don't believe in it, I think we need a practice, but I think what we should do with free practice is this. If it's a track that's already been on the schedule, drivers are well familiar with it, and it hasn't been on the schedule for some time, I think one free practice session, all right, for Friday, Saturday is qualifying, and then Sunday is the Grand Prix. If it is a circuit like Miami, I think Miami's 2 years in, right? Maybe 2 practices because it's 2 years in, but after your 3rd year, you're going down to 1 free practice and we move on. We had more challenges with these drivers trying to wrangle a good lap in Miami in the early stages of FP1, FP2. Even going into qualifying, as we saw, Shaw made another critical error, which we're going to have an episode on that probably tomorrow or Wednesday live. I will be here live for that. And I think what we had as a result, one of the ingredients that we had that dulled the Miami GP was too much practice. And by the time they got to the race, there really wasn't any challenge. Even at 14, 15, 16, the drivers, man, hey, we got Racer X210 with a live call in. He said, practice, I want to get in on this Iverson bid for Formula One. Racer X210. Here you go. Yeah, that Wolfpack OG. He got a Wolfpack OG shirt on. That is an OG of an OG shirt right there, bro. Y'all don't know about that one. That's an OG. Oh, my gosh, bro. Hey, get your F1 minute, bro. Let's go. Get it in.
All right. First off, Wolf family, glad to be here. The F1 minute. Ferrari. Y'all just... Again, y'all had it. Y'all were doing okay last season. But now Charles Leclerc, you just cracking under pressure.
Again.
Not stepping up like a true racer like you should be.
Oh.
One seat. Charles Leclerc.
Oh.
What your deal is. But y'all need to get that car right. And if Perez leaves Red Bull, Ferrari, you better sign that man and let him compete and Max Verstappen on an equal track and equal machinery. And Checo Perez, he has the skill, as we all see. That he has the defense, and he can. We all see him hang with Max. But right. You know what? When one team favors one driver, sometimes you push that one driver into. And when that team gives that other driver the car, then all hell breaks loose. So I'm rooting for Perez to get that championship.
How you loving that? How you loving that? Big shout out to Galactus with Super Chat. Before I respond to what Race X210 said, if you cut free practice, then more sims is needed. Spicy. Hey, I ain't mad at it though. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. For circuits that they've been to over and over again, I'm not mad at one free practice, then quality in the race. All right. One free practice Friday, qualifying on Saturday, the race on Sunday. I'm not mad at that. I think we'll see a little bit more of challenges and teams that can wrangle their hands around a good puzzle. Carlos says they hate you. He coming in with one. Carlos, let's go, bro. I'm about to give you, hey man, we running it up. Let's go. Carlos, you on it. F1 minute. Get it.
Formula One hates you, Jay. They're just giving you up. They hate you.
They do.
Because they can bullshit you. They bullshit millions of people and everything, but when it comes to the truth and expose their bullshit, this is it. This is it. This is why this is one of the best channels on Formula One. This is not biased towards any sponsor in Formula One or any EA or anything. This is the truth, whether you like it or not, and that's it. And that's why I love this channel. The first time I was clicking through the browser, I said, "Oh shit, what's this?" I said, "Oh shit, I mean, what? Did he just said that?" Because that's how it is. And
thanks, brother.
You can cover the sun with one finger, my friend, and they hate you. They hate you. They say, "Oh, we gotta shut that Wolfman down." I wish they hire you. I will imagine you as a commentary. Oh
Oh my
wow.
gosh, it's gonna be
Well,
lit. It's gonna be lit.
yeah, but yeah,
Just give me one
Checo.
GP.
Yeah, Checo. This is for Checo. This is not for Verstappen. And Alonso,
Facts.
stop saying about Hamilton can only go fast when he's in pole position.
Boom! He closed it out like that. Hey, my man. Hey, big shout out to my brother Carlos. Much appreciated. Much love. Trust me, y'all. Carlos don't always agree. Carlos gonna spit his facts. He gonna teach the truth sayer. He's gonna say it whether you like it or not. He gonna say it with a loving heart. Will coming in with the free practice. Let's go. Oh man, it's turned up tonight. If y'all not joining this party, you lame. You are lame if you're not kicking in with this party. Go ahead, Will. Kick them off.
All right, so first I want to start off with that whole Lil Wayne "Will I Am" song and all that. I only listened to it once, but there's a couple bars in there. He's talking about having a Mercedes like Hamilton and he drives fast like Verstappen and all that. He saved that song. I will say that much. He did kind of save that song. I think me and Moose will agree there that Lil Wayne saved that song. Anyway, the free practice sessions. I think there are too many, and there are other feeder series throughout Formula One that actually don't have that much free practice time, that many sessions. Even with Formula Academy coming in, they've only got one, I believe. So it's just, I think it's just for the TV time. They're trying to get the ratings up and all that, keep the ratings high so they can put more action on the track. I just don't think that it really makes any sense. All the people that work in Formula One say that they don't need 3 sessions. That even FP3 could be done away with completely right now, and they still would be fine with just FP1 and FP2. They have all the data they need, and that's from people that are strategists. Bernie Collins has talked about that. Previous race engineers have talked about that on other particular platforms. It's not something that they need. So, yeah, I think they should at least reduce it. Go down to at least 2 practice sessions.
Right. Boom. Will dropping it in. And that's what I'm saying, right? Now I will say this, like as many drivers, and I said this on Finale Lap. All the drivers, like a lot of drivers, not all of them. A lot of drivers were talking about, oh yeah, we don't need that much free practice in Baku, right? But then you get to Miami, and they're like, whoo, we glad we got more than one free practice session. And that's what I'm saying. If it's a circuit where we've only been there once, twice, I think every year that it's on the calendar, a free practice session drops off until it's just one. So Miami technically should have just had 2 free practice sessions. Next year, they will only have the one, which would be the new criteria if the FIA and Formula One listen to me, that at that point in time, it's 1 free practice on a circuit. It's been on the calendar for 3 years, and every other circuit that's been on 3 years or more is 1 free practice. Then on Saturday we qualify, and then on Sunday we have the GP. Now on sprint weekends, what they will have is they will have free practice there, okay, and then they will have qualifying on that same Friday after free practice, and then the top drivers, the top 10 drivers that qualify for that grid spot on Saturday, they're done, and we have the sprint shootout for the bottom 10 drivers in the format that you saw, which will also decide their packing order and allow those drivers who are likely not getting points in the GP to get points there, and will fight it out for real to get an opportunity, having the opportunity to do something that they know they won't have the opportunity going in Sunday. I'm just saying. It's not a bad idea. I don't know why Formula One don't want to listen to me, but evidently my bro Samaj and Carlos said they need to do it, because Samaj in the super chat said, proud of you, man. Keep pushing, Jay. Big shout out to y'all. That's why my platform is dope, because the people that's involved in it, you know what I'm saying? The people that are in the building blocks of all this, that's why it's dope. So, yeah, I do. And another thing I think Miami did that did themselves a disservice was they decreased. Again, we had a situation here where the DRS zone and range was decreased. I think that was another factor that led to it. Something else that also led to it is, like Will said, as far as the track conditions and the treatment that they were going to do. But I think even more than that is on my favorite section, my favorite puzzle of the Miami GP was turns 14, 15, 16, that combination right there. They opened it up, okay? They opened it up, therefore making it easier for the drivers to get through there. But you still see they had a challenge in those first 3 practice sessions, and then they absolved it, which really we should have been able to kind of get them to have to work on that through qualifying and in the GP, but it was totally pretty much eradicated once they got through there. So yeah, I'm right now, like I've been okay with the less free practice sessions. But I think one, and like I said, as you've been on the calendar more and more, then I think that it should just decrease with time and go from there. And now this next segment. I know my bro gonna come on cause we gonna get spicy. I know he gonna come on when he see this next segment card. But we having a rookie check-in, y'all. What's up? What's up? We got a rookie check-in going on. I'm gonna end this chat rate, this poll right here, and I'm gonna say who's your rookie thus far. That's what I'm gonna ask you. I know usually I don't do this on F1 Minute, put a poll up there, but I'm doing it this time. I'm going to ask y'all who's your rookie thus far. I'm going to put them up here. You answer, you get to vote on it, have a little interaction while we on F1 Minute. Not something I do every time because I got to keep up with the flow, but it's something we're going to do today because I want to get a little bit more involved with my people over at the YouTube section. So I want to, boom, I'm kicking them in. Here we go. And Galactica said he was giving them 3 races. Galactica says Liberty want AD money. If you cut free practice down, they lose it. Adds money. Yeah, that's true. And that's another thing I was going to make a point. Thank you, Galactica, for reminding me about that. I was going to make that point. Will said it. They want that extra time for commercials, advertisement, and all that other stuff. That again is a big money spender for the people who want to buy the spots. But what's up with the rookie check-in? Huh? Because my boy who caused all the drama, who set 2 teams to go into a custody battle over his rights and who was going to get this kid, who ran off on BWT Alpine because they wanted to give Alonso all the gold and ship him off and pimp him out to Williams. Oscar Piastri right now leading. He's the only rookie right now that I believe got any points. Nick DeVries, 0. Logan Sargent, he ain't leading nothing. He ain't my Sargent, 0. The most recent American on the grid, 0. And meanwhile, Nick DeVries putting on his best Logan Sargent impression by running up the back of Lando. What was that? What was that? You already apologized for us back in Baku. Now here you come again, and you're doing more shenanigans. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna save another episode for you, bro. I'm gonna get another episode. Here come. I told y'all he was coming. I told y'all he was coming. Here we go. You got your.
I'm already laughing over here. Listen. All right, let's get this in. Yes, Oscar is leading. Oscar Piastri is leading.
How many points he got? Points he got?
He's got 4 points. How
many points Logan got? Am I right?
0. He's got 0.
Okay. All right, I'm correct. I don't want to fact check. I'm going to give you extra seconds. Go ahead.
He's got 0. Listen, the rookies are all doing their thing. They're trying their best and all that. I think DeVries definitely will, besides the fact he's P20 and Sargent's P19, he's definitely doing the worst. 2 DNFs. The other 2 also have 1 DNF apiece. But I do, listen. With Australia, where Piastri got his points, I'm glad for him because that was a home race and all that. But we know what happened there with all the different things that were going on. People got promoted to different positions a little bit, But Miami, I know my guy Logan Sargent did damage his front wing on lap 1 and all that. He had to go in, change the front wing and everything. But did you see his pace afterward? My boy's kind of quick though. He's kind of quick.
I did.
He was closing in on Piastri. I was looking at that delta. I was like, oh, he's closing in. He might just get back in there. He didn't make it happen. But hey, we got a few more races coming up and everything, Hopefully he'll be able to, I guess get a little better as far as not always going off. He's always on the edge. I think that's Logan Sargent's thing. He's always too on the edge and goes over the limit. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes, bro. I'm going to give you a few more seconds because, I want to make sure
you
have to verify. Right, just before you leave, Will, do you know those positions that they are currently in the driver championship? Do you happen to know those offhand?
Yeah, Piastri's P14.
Yeah, that's right.
Sargent's 19, and then DeVries is 20th.
Okay. I just want to make sure I had him right. I just make sure fact checking with my brother that I had him right too. That's why I'm saying Will. I know he got me on the information. Hey, me and my bro gonna be having edit all season. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Will and I likely. I will try to get with my brother on this, and we're gonna try to wreck it in for a rookie segment. I'm gonna try to bring him on. It's just gonna be me and my brother Will. We're gonna chop it up about the rookies probably toward the end of the season after we see what happens. To give a little bragging rights on whoever ends up with the right rookie at that point in time. Me and my bro Will gonna come on the Wolfpack channel. It's gonna be he and I chopping it up about it. Hopefully y'all will have some good laughs on it. I think our personalities mesh well together. Big shout out for Rocket 2507, first time ever on the Wolfpack Performance Podcast channel, and he drops a super chat. Big shout out to to you, bro. Much thanks. Stick around, and I see you got that yellow badge too, so you rocking it out right there, bro. Big shout out. Can't wait till you get your green. Carlos coming in mean. Let's go, Carlos, bro. Let's get your F1 minute. Hey,
Yeah,
hey, go ahead, bro.
I can say I'm excited about any rookie Piastri and Sargent and all that because they're not impressive. They're just a bunch. They're just more of the bunch. Just more of the bunch. I don't think the true best talents of Formula One you have seen them. I see Formula 4, Formula 3, and they are just either the wrong nationality, the wrong color, they don't get to go through. But I see a lot of talent, a lot better than those people there now. When Vettel came in Formula One, you can just tell he was special. Even as much as I hate Verstappen, great driver, wrong attitude, and you could see his brilliance. When Hamilton came in, the best rookie ever. He could well win the world champion in his rookie season. Nobody ever come close. You know what I mean? Leclerc is not that impressive. Everybody is overrated. You know what I mean? Alonso was, he was okay. But even with Schumacher, you can tell talent. You can say, wow, those guys are special. I don't see that in any rookie. They're just more of the bunch this year. That's what I see.
Man, listen, I got to give it to my bro right now. He just wrecked it up on y'all. He not lying. Listen, what Will and I are in a similar, has anybody seen the movie Turbo? That's the type of competition me and Will are in right now. We gather in our snails. We show up to the garage. He brings out Logan Sargent. I bring out Oscar Piastri. And then everybody thinks we're about to bring out this super duper Hot Wheel. And me and Will got 2 snails with painted shells and with all this sponsorship on them. And we put them down, pour water down on our track. And then we sit there and order lunch. And then Uber eats it in. And by that time, the snails have just got 2 inches past the start line. And then we watch free practice. By the time that's over, they might have got to the finish line. And then we waiting to see which one of our snails won. We put them back in their little care package and we wait till next week. That's the type of competition Will and I in. And Carlos is exactly right. These guys have showed us nothing special. And I've said this before, that the most guy that we thought probably coming in was going to end up doing the most for us to actually see was Nick DeVries. And he looking like Max Verstappen. He's the Dutchman without any talent almost. What's up with that? He just wrecking up stuff. Goodness gracious. Will's coming in. Feeder series, bro. Here we go. Got your F1 minute. Let's go.
All right, so I'll piggyback on what Carlos was saying. So let's put some names to it then. As far as the feeder series goes, and some of the people that might actually have a good shot once they can actually excel that F1 when they get their super license points and all that. Me personally, I like Teo Pourchaire. Teo Pourchaire has been doing pretty good. Again, this year in F2, again doing pretty good. It's up there with fighting for the championship again.
Right.
Ali Bierman, I know everyone is kind of like riding on him now because he's the young one, he's the young gun, doing pretty well. So hopefully we'll see what goes on with that. And even if you go back to F3, you've got Juan Pablo Montoya's son. He's coming up. He looks pretty decent. Right. I don't know if he's gonna. He's definitely not JPM status, but he might turn out to be a better race car driver as time goes on and he starts to get a little better with his racecraft and all that. And then you also have people that aren't even in like the F3 or F2. You've got some people that maybe you could bring over from IndyCar. I've always been looking at Palou and Ward as well. Pato Ward, now it's Palou. I think they've done some testing and all that through McLaren and everything. I think that they would definitely be a welcome addition if you could bring them in if they get enough super license points. So there's definitely people all throughout the lower Formula feeder series that would definitely have a shot. And I'll also try to, if I can, get a little bit of time at the end. On a different call, I'll try to pull in some stuff on this Formula Academy thing as well.
Okay, okay, I got you. Let's go here. Formula One Academy, go for it, bro.
Okay. So this has been going on now for they've had two races so far. They've been at Spielberg, Red Bull Ring, and they've been at Valencia as well. So they're not getting the exposure that I feel like they should get. I know everyone has different opinions on what this is and if they're giving them enough backing, not enough backing, and all that. We know Susie Wolf is doing her thing to try to push this forward. So I figured I'd at least talk on it so people would have some type of exposure on this. The only way that we can really see this right now is they do a wrap up type of thing, almost like the race highlights for Formula One. They do it on Monday. You'll usually see it on YouTube, and on Wednesday they do like a little longer 15-minute type of thing about the whole entire race weekend on Wednesday, and that's the only thing that you really see so far on YouTube. The funny part with that is they have they have camera crews there because when you listen to the YouTube things, they have camera crews there, right? They also have commentators. So I don't understand why they just can't have it as something that's live and just put it on F1 TV Pro or something like that,
Thank
where
you.
people could at least take a part in that. It's a weird thing that they're doing there,
It
and I
is.
want to just give some highlight to it because it's just kind of going on in the background. You see some news reports about it. I know you had made a couple posts about Bianca Bustamante getting
Yeah.
her first win, and I just wanted to kind of like highlight the people that have actually had these wins and are doing their thing. So
Right.
Marta Garcia has won 3 races so far out of 6, which is really good. I always thought she was gonna do really well though because she has the most experience out of the entire grid. So I kind of felt like she was always gonna do pretty good. The team that I've been following that I hope does well is MP Motorsport. They're second in the constructors behind Prima. Prima, of course, is good in everything. They're good in
Yeah,
the
they pretty
World
solid.
Endurance Championship, which I follow Dorian Penn. If anyone knows her, 19
Right.
years old and is on the same team with Daniel Kvyat and the other guys. Forget his name, but Bortoletto, and she's the first LMP2 driver to be a woman to be on pole for Portimao and WEC. So she's an
Man.
LMP2, which is crazy. So you have those, she has 3 race wins, Marta Garcia. You've got the Al Kubaisi sisters. They're from the Emirates. They're on the team with MP Motorsport as well. So they also have a win apiece. And then Bianca Bustamante, who has a win. So there's your 6 races right there. So they're doing their thing out there.
Boom. Facts.
The only person that isn't doing too well was Emily DeHose, which was the third on the MP Motorsport team. I always look at her as like a mini Max. She's like the Flying Dutch woman, and she hasn't been doing too well though. She's penalties and stuff are kind of killing her. And Chloe Grant I was following as well. So
Yeah.
those are some names that if you're looking into try to see what's going on in Formula Academy, I feel like those are people that I follow. So I just wanted to give them a little bit of exposure.
Big shout out, bro. I definitely love that, man. For real. That's what I'm saying. And I was gonna do a video on that one because I'm really I'm just gonna follow it. Will done already pretty much he laid it off the backboard, then he dunked it. And I just, I'm just gonna give him a high five and we're gonna go down and play defense. There was no off the board. I thought I was gonna be able to dunk it, then Will said, yammed it. And then I'm just going, good job, buddy. Then go play defense and then come back downfield, down court. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about this because I've been feeling some way. That's why I put Bianca up there. And I'm just saying, I'm really disappointed in what they've done with the F1 Academy. I already told y'all coming out the gate when I saw, and I know this is but really it's not off topic because they're all rookies in this new series to me, and they deserve just as much highlight. But I was going to do a separate show altogether just on F1 Academy because I'm really disappointed with what they've not done. And told you all this when we had the show with Apex Takeover. And I said they didn't even have a website set up for them yet. They just had an Instagram page, not even a website. What's up with that? Like, that's things that you're supposed to have done before you drop and go live, like a website. Soon as traffic can hit, we want to bring them here. We want to see them driver profiles. We want them to see the schedule. The schedule wasn't even finalized. And then I told you all, as much to this, I was disappointed that if they're supposed to be doing all this exposure for the F1 Academy and trying to really bring women up through the ranks to really show that, hey, the stopwatch doesn't lie. This is another thing I was looking for. Why is it that they got one race on the calendar where they will race on the same track as the Formula One circuit? And I think that's going to be the USGP in Austin, Texas. I believe I might have to check, but I think it's Texas. And that's it. The rest of the time, they're not there. They're just off into the distance somewhere. And then I have Formula One TV Pro, and you're telling me I can't even watch it on there? That's crap. So like I said, I'm going to devote an entire show to that because I feel like F1 Academy needs more attention. It should have more attention, and they should have done a better job when structuring and setting that up. And I'm going to make other points on the next show because that right there to me is ridiculous. Like, if we're supposed to have inclusion, you really working on diversity. I can't tell. Actions speak louder than words. And the actions there, listen, the Susie Wolf hire is great, and Susie's going to do what she can. I firmly believe Susie Wolf is going to go head first and try to get it done. But who's going to work with her? It's much like we have in the situation when the orange agent was in office. And then, you got somebody else in office, and like Democrats and Republicans don't want to work together to better this country, all for their own personal agendas. Although they'll bring somebody in to put up for a front face, but behind the lines, they're all pushing back and they're not making any progress. Right? I don't want to see that situation with that. That's not gonna fly well for me. Carlos is on the ringer. He's coming in. Let's go. F1 minute. Carlos, you got it, bro.
Shout out to Wildcat. Shout out to Will. Shout out to 210 and Hillian. Martin Mayer Mercedes. Great driver.
Yes.
Um, everybody here. Anyway, yeah, it is a difficult situation, and they should be because even Lewis Hamilton Association and all this, it's not like they saying we want more, particularly like minority or this, the best. Just give the best a chance. And if that best is black, let him be. If that best is Mexican, if that best is from Mars and Jupiter, and it doesn't matter. Just let the best one go through. That's it. People misunderstand that, oh, the racism, or Hamilton is pro-black. No, it's pro-justice. And there is no justice. And another thing, Jay, I talked to some people. There's some engineers or software engineers, and they're going to help you out with gross racing for the prices. And what is going to be special algorithms implemented into the network, into the server, to detect cheating.
Oof.
So when people think, and I'll give you a couple of seconds. So the people that think that they're going to enter the gross race and they have $2,000 on the steering wheel and they're going to go download some software and they're going to crank some, is he win? First of all, that's not real, guys. Don't cheat. You're cheating yourself. Don't. You ruin it for everybody. Okay? Just have a little more integrity and more self-respect than that. A lot of people here, like Wildcat and a lot of these guys, they spend hours and hours and hours and hours of their time trying to practice, trying to, get the setup, and then you come and you shit all over that by cheating. That is disrespectful. That is disgraceful. That is horrible. So therefore, we're going to implement this software, these algorithms that they're going to detect it. And if you get caught cheating, I'm sure that he will agree that Jay, they will be banned. Yeah. And that's it. You know what I mean? Everybody, the 7-second sounds or whatever, depends on the severity. You go from there.
Right.
But that is a horrible thing to do, and you shouldn't do it. Not in the gross race, not in the championship race. It will not be allowed. Now we tolerate it.
Right.
Okay.
And he ain't lying. Matter of fact, I'm about to show him right now. Carlos, appreciate that, brother, man. Yeah. What Carlos is talking about is we have a giveaway getting ready to happen at the end of the Formula One season. At the time that this video was dropped, 6 months from that time, if your badge is green, you will be able to participate in a racing series where we are going to give all of this gear away plus more to the winner of the racing series. But you have to be a Wolfpack family member. You have to be a member of 6 months or more. You have time right now. If you're going to sign up for the Wolfpack membership, you have time. Even if it's just to participate in this race, you can't tell me that much gear is not going to be welcomed in your home for your sim setup. Not to mention the merch, the shirts, the honey buns, and everything else that we're going to be trying to bring in to give away. And that's what that's about right there. So big shout out to Carlos for mentioning that. Yeah, if you get caught cheating like that, we're gonna find a way to expose you. It's grudge racing, so we're gonna allow a little play, but we're not gonna allow you to disrespect the sport with integrity like that. So Wildcat's coming on, bit off topic, but he said I'm gonna let him go for it. Let's go, Wildcat. You got your F1 minute, brother. Make it happen.
All right. So Will kind of actually, when he was talking, he reminded me about something. And I'm actually a bit excited to see this. So I don't know if you follow Le Mans, and the WEC that much, and it's always been something that intrigued me, especially when it comes to them being at Le Mans, and then of course 24 hours in Nürburgring and bringing in the Nordschleife, not just the regular circuit, because that's completely hell. But Garage 56 has something special coming to Le Mans for only the second time in its history. NASCAR is going to be running at Le Mans this year. And Garage 56 is the experimental garage. So they have already said they are not when you run out of experimental garage, you can't whatever you finish, it doesn't impact any other driver. So if they show up and they blow away everybody, it means nothing. But the thing that kind of actually got me a little bit interested in this is they're also bringing an icon such as the Camaro, the Chevy Camaro. ZL1 is what they're driving at Le Mans, and the three drivers, 7-time NASCAR champion Jimmy Johnson,
Oof, Jimmy.
Formula One world champion Jenson Button,
Oh, Jensen.
and then also Le Mans race winner. What was it? Oh God, Mike Rockenfeller. So you got three world class drivers in their
Right.
own
No prospective sports.
respective sports that are going to be piloting this car, but all three have a background already established in driving NASCAR and understanding what this car can do. So I'm actually really interested to see this, and I will
Yo.
be up all night watching Le Mans.
Yeah, I might have to get on that one. Appreciate that, bro. That's a banger right there, really. We might have to get up on that. We might have to do I'm gonna have to wait and see what the schedule looking like, what my time looking like. We might have to do a little something special for that. I ain't saying I'll be on here for 24 hours. Don't think that, not one bit. But we might do something at the start of the race, kind of see what they bring out of there. Galactica said it before, the car doesn't care, just drive. That's what we saying. Don't care if it's woman, man. We just care about, can you pilot this machinery to its peak ability? And even if so, do not forget that the machinery can also dampen the driver's ability to shine on track. We see it all the time. Like, nobody's been talking about Alonso until the point he finally got in the AMR 23 for like 17, 13 years. Like, come on. You think he just all of a sudden, what do you think, he grew better? You think Alonso did something where he just magically got more race pace and driver ability? No, he got in a better car. And I'm going to say this time and time again, because I don't think you all listen to yourself when you talk and chat and comment. People always throw this pun, and then most of the time it's delusional Max Verstappen fans. Lewis Hamilton only was good because he had the fastest car. Well, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm asking you this on F1 Minute, and feel free to click that live link that I put in the comment section, and I'll put it in again right now. Click that live link and explain to me, where was Max Verstappen for 6 seasons before he started winning championships? Why he wasn't winning them without the RB18? And honestly, we can say something about that. Why he wasn't winning them without that RB18, RB19? Why? This is the fastest car on the grid. Now he's winning championships. So what are you talking about? Like, you contradict yourself when you say that. I've always said this, and I don't know if you listen or not, but if you haven't, make an appointment, use your insurance or whatever you got, go get the ear cleaning. It takes 3 things. I say this, common 3 things: the team, the driver, and the machinery. All right. You have all 3. You can do great things. Wildcat says, I know why. Let's go. Wildcat, F1 Minute coming up. He said he know why. Go, bro. Tell him why.
All right,
Tell me
it's
why.
simple. Max came in at 17. Lewis came in what? Coming
I
up
think he
on
was
his
like 20. Yeah, he was like 20.
coming up on them
like that.
coming up on them early 20s.
Right.
Lewis came in already well seasoned and ready and prepared for what he was about to deal with. Max came in when he wasn't actually ready and prepared, which is why it took him so long to get up to speed to where he's at now. But aside from that, Lewis doesn't always need the fastest car to go and do his work, and he's plainly showed that last season, climbing up the grid in the W13, which was a disaster class. And then, here it is, the W14, and this man climbed from P13 up to P6 to finish the race. So Lewis is still in his prime and still on top of his game. Alonso already knows if Lewis gets a better car under him, Alonso already knows he's grass.
He know it. It's green
But
as that AMR 23.
aside from that, they want to say, oh, Max is this, Max is that, Max is so great. Okay, tell you what, let's line Max up at the back of the damn grid and let's see if he can make it from P20 to P1 at the end.
Well, we've seen before he wasn't really able to make it like that.
There's only 2 drivers active on the grid that have actually come from P20 to actually come back and win the race.
He drops it like that. Hey, I'm also going to say this. Wildcat makes a point, but I'm going to tell you something else. Go back and look at Max Verstappen's change. I think it was like, was it like mid 2016 or something like that? Position changed drastically when he got with Red Bull. I'm just saying. So machinery does matter. Maybe he wasn't winning championships, but his positioning changed drastically when he got with the other team. So just keep that in mind. Like, people, you gotta don't be so quick to try to make somebody else feel like they stupid. And in fact, you put a mirror in your face. Well, actually, you didn't do that. You turn the fan on high, you spit in it, and hit you right in the face. Let's get to the next segment. Our last segment as we get ready to close out this F1 minute. And we are going to talk about, McLaren struggles. McLaren missing the mark. Carlos coming in for the VF46. I'm going to bring him on right now. Go ahead, bro. You got it. Make it happen.
Yeah, McLaren sucks. That's not going to change. That's my opinion on that, and I'll leave it at that. And to close that other stuff, VR46, Valentino Rossi, very wise man. I love MotoGP just as much as I love Formula One.
Facts.
You see my Ducatis and my helmets, everything right there. He had a similar situation with a driver from Spain called Marc Marquez. Mm-hmm. And if you guys wanted to relive and react that and get an ulcer and borderline heart attack, watch the 2015 MotoGP season when Marquez and Jorge Lorenzo and all that, they ganged up on Rossi to sabotage him from winning the world championship. And to the point that Marquez was blocking him, and it was and Rossi told Marquez, listen, they will hate you for this. They will remember you for this. And guess what? To this day, everybody hate Marquez just as much as they hate Alonso. Point being is, by Alonso talking the way he does, by the behavior of the Red Bull in 2021, they only remember them for that, not for their greatness.
Damn. Hey, I told y'all Carlos be dropping them truth sayer bars. Y'all not going to like that. And he said something that was really true. And, yes, McLaren is sucking right now. But I will tell you what they are leading in. They're leading in sponsorships. They have many sponsors. I think they have the most sponsors on the grid. So they're leading in that. And that's part of my damn problem. Yo, McLaren, listen, we got you got to get this pace together. You got to get this pace together. I understand you put all this development into tech on the car. Well, look, we can have multiple sponsors in just one area. Look, we decided, forget paint, we gonna wrap it. That way we can do all the cool graphics and all that stuff, and it's gonna weigh less. You know what? Listen, how about you find a way to get more pace into this car? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, McLaren, you've been on a steady, slow decline over time. 2020, you were third in the Constructor Championship in points. 2021, you were fourth. 2022, you were fifth. And currently, right now, you're fifth. So what are you going to end up this season? Sixth? You've been on a steady, slow decline. If that's a stock and a security, that's one I'm not buying unless I got inside trader information about something about to pop off. Oh, here we go. Wildcat. Was it really? And I was about to say, I got it right here. Is it the Danny Rick curse or what? Let's go.
Your mind. I read your mind.
Go ahead.
So was it really Danny Rick, or was it or is it a problem with McLaren? Because every other team on the grid is slowly starting to find a way on how to actually get these cars to perform to what the driver is actually asking for in these practice sessions. Everybody knows Lando Norris ain't no slouch. The man at the best of times can cut better one laps, can cut better pace in the one lap than Charles Leclerc. I'm just being honest here. Now, but you want to go diss your veteran driver in Danny Rick, but yet the man was the last thing that brought y'all a race win. So y'all went and cut him loose, thinking, oh, that's going to help fix the problem. But y'all can't even deliver this car because y'all too busy trying to show off all this technology. And, oh, we changing up our sponsors on the fly while we on track. You added more weight to that car by doing that. Yeah, you might say, oh, it didn't add any weight. It still adds weight. The shit adds up. Merc stripped the paint off their car. Obviously, that weight loss, guess what? It helped. Red Bull don't have to strip the paint, but guess what? Guess what it is.
If they did, they'd just be that much faster. Like, I'm giving credit, like Adrian Newey, the engineering department, all the people that Red Bull stole while other teams were trying to stay under the cost cap like Mercedes and employed those people and offered up that check. I'm all for people getting more money in employment, so big shout out to them. Will say he got something to say about McLaren. I'm telling y'all running it. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Will, you already know the thing. Clock is on. Let's go, bro.
Yeah, so McLaren is steadily, like you said, slowing down, sliding down the grid, and I think that's kind of telling for a team that definitely has the resources, has to be able to actually progress up the grid. They have the drivers. I think that with McLaren, they're at a point now where we're really starting to see the issues that they're having, and it's not just their like structure up at the top of the food chain. They've tried to rearrange that by taking one position and dividing it into three, and I think it's more than just that. I mean, Zach Brown is probably really good with one thing, and that is getting advertising dollars, getting that money to support the team, because they had a lot of issues for a long time with being able to get money just to do things for the team. And so I think that's the one thing that he's really good at. The other issue with McLaren is I think and I'll piggyback on Wildcats thing, they focus so much on the whole sponsorship thing and all that. I feel like a lot of other things have really fallen by the wayside. I mean, they're the only team on the grid that has advertising on these little screens that are on the side of the car, so that they can switch it to different types of things. So you can see Google Chrome 1 minute and then views another minute or whatever. Those kinds of things are so gimmicky, and I feel like they're not really focusing on the main thing, which is the car is just that bad.
For real, that's facts, man. I'm telling y'all, something's wrong with that. That is what I'm talking about. Like this, it's not even a game. Like, listen, I think, don't quote me on this yet, but I'm not gonna be surprised if I see some type of graphic display on Lando's helmet sometime in the next few races. Like they come out with some technology where like sponsors can like be shown on his helmet. Like I'm not playing. Like it's I just wish it wasn't so. I wished I really had higher hopes for McLaren coming out of 2021. And then 2022, I just thought like, yes, they're gonna make it happen. You know, Alex Palou was joined. They got this changeover. Danny Rick's out of the door because they felt like he was slowing them down, and they're still slowing down. They're still slowing down. OG Zilla says McLaren has been on a downward spiral since Lewis left. Y'all are stealing my points, and I love it. I love it. Y'all are stealing my points, and I love it. This is awesome. I'm having a great time tonight. I'm trying to tell you on this show, but we're about to end up having to bring it to an end, but not before I say this. Danny Rick put the heck curse on him. He got up out of there. He did like Harden did at Brooklyn. Like, I see the trouble coming. Kyrie's never going to bring a stable organization because he's not a leader. KD not a leader, but he a great shooter. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. That's pretty much what Danny Rick did. And I'm not going to fully absolve Danny Rick, though, because Lando was doing things in that car, and it still might say something that Danny Rick couldn't adapt to that car. But I was the one of a few many people maybe that still believe in Danny Rick, and I ain't liking what I'm seeing so far. That last video they did with the whole him traveling was cringy in Melbourne. We finally seen him. It was very horrible. I didn't like it. Plus the Yeti commercial, running back and forth like an idiot. That right there was like not the best. But I would like to see if Danny Rick comes back with a team. How does he do then? That is what I'm waiting to see. But also Lando, 2020 driver championship, you were 9th. You had an uptick in 2021 at 6th. Then you had a downtick in 2022 at 7th. And now, currently, you're at 9th. There's a downtick for them. And, of course, Piastri gets away. He's, at that point in time, he's 19th in the Driver Constructor Championship. In 2023, it's his first season, so we ain't holding for that. Will coming on. Let's get it. Let's get it, Will. Let's go. Will's going back door. So, he's stepping up the notes. Let's go, Will. What you got?
Thanks, Jay.
No problem.
Jeff, the camera 2's not on. No, it's not on. Listen, do you want to go back to race engineer in F1 2021? Because you can. To get it together. Our top story. Did Mercedes botch Hamilton's Q2 quali run? Our source from inside our WPP subsidiary, Mary Binney, believes the 7-time champion could not put a lap together at the end of Q2 due to being sent out too late and being behind a gaggle of traffic. Certainly not that traffic that was on the Florida Turnpike over turns 13 through 17. Hamilton is quoted as saying, "I was at the back of maybe 7 cars, and I started my lap with not enough temperature in my tires." End quote. And congrats to Freak Dogs Flair with back-to-back wins in WPP Quali Kickback Trivia, and Paul Kozlowski, our newest WPP VIP member. We have to keep the lights on here at WPPN, so we would like to plug Pemberton Pastries, purveyors of perfect honey buns and race day waffles. Try saying that 5 times fast. Jeff, did you get the cameras right? And were you playing the air horns all at that entire time? Listen, you will not work in this town again if you keep getting this wrong. Back to you, Jay.
Hey, man, appreciate you, bro. That's what I'm talking about. The network be firing off. And listen, you can't get this type of shit anywhere else. And maybe you don't want to, and that's fine. You don't have to. But this right here is the spot to be on Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you never know. You might see us on a big network soon. Somebody might be picking up Wolfpack and the F1 Minute. You might be seeing us on real big TV time. I am loving it. Listen, big shout out to the fam. Big shout out to everybody that joined us tonight. Big shout out to Freak Dogs Flair, $50, first $50 gift card. If you want to know how to get one of these, it's easy. Show up to Quality Kickback Watch on qualifying days for Formula One. We have trivia games, questions. Be the first one to get 3 points. Try to outscore and outpace everybody, and you could get your opportunity to spend for a $25 or $50 gift card. This makes $75 that Freak Dogs Flair has, and $75 that Will, the co-host that just came on at WPPN, just did for you. They will be going battle to battle in about 2 weeks' time, and on another quality. And I guarantee you, if Will is there and Freak Dogs Flair is there, you're going to see a show plus everybody else jumping in. Also, don't forget, we do have that giveaway that is coming soon. If you want to get in on that, you need to go ahead and sign up to be a Wolfpack member on the YouTube channel. 6 months in, after Formula One season does end, we will go ahead and get this ready to jump off. The winner of everything will get everything. Other winners will be along the way. We'll get small prizes along the way. We're going to try to have as many winners in between there as we can. So think about that. And listen, this is another F1 Minute in the books. I love that people were running it up today. I didn't see any of the haters, though. They really quiet. They're getting a little bit more quieter and quieter because you know what? People like Will, people like Carlos, people like Wildcat, people like Mary Beanie, people like Naw, people like Maria Duncan, people like Sylvia, people like Jay Starship, people like OG Zilla, people like even 083. They bring receipts. They bring receipts when they come to Galacticus. They bring receipts when they come to battle. And most of y'all not ready for that. And it shows. That's why you don't come in. That's why you don't come on, take your time. You stay in the comment section. I love you in the comment section. Keep commenting up. And remember this before I go. Those that can do. Those that can't, just talk about Jay at Wolfpack Performance. I'm out. That's another F1 Minute. Peace. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.